25 days until we're 40 today. Trying something new to actually do these streams on my phone. We'll see how that works out. Um, Restream is like the platform I use, and it does not have a mobile app yet, but they have referenced like a few others I could use. But for now, I'm just using their in-browser setup. Seems to be working pretty good. I've also connected to Instagram, although you can't go live on Instagram without having your desktop set up. Um, as in like through Restream. Otherwise, you could obviously do it directly on Instagram, but I don't want to be directly only on Instagram right now. So set the topic today to cycles. Because well, it's episode 30, which is like a month, which is a cycle. It's a marker. It's and Bitcoin. Bitcoin's taken a nice little dip down to 80s. That's another cycle. And it kind of got me thinking about how the world is so much of just ebb and flow, ebb and flow and flow. And when you look back at your life, you see you just see it. It's like, oh yeah, good time, bad time, good time, bad time. I mean, even the good and bad are very relative. And all the time you're thinking, I must be not be in the right place, so I gotta do something else. So I gotta try something else. And it's great. It's great to have that. Except when it kind of really puts you down, especially when the cycles are down. It's hard to just be like, well, I am where I am, and this is the path that is for me, and to just kind of keep doing what you're doing. Very human. And cycles are very human. And embracing and rolling and surfing with them is, I think, it's an achievement of humanity to be able to do that. Which, so I don't know how this. So there's something about cycles and moon and tides and fluidity that leads me, and Bitcoin that leads me to also a connected topic of liquidity. And I think that what's crazy is the Bitcoin space is struggling with liquidity. Like there's so much value and money and stuff out there, but no money is actually moving. Either MicroStrategy is just like holding on to it, or like people are staking it on protocols like Babylon, or like like people will put money in and just lock up Bitcoin in a new way or a new thing to gain attention to whatever project is happening or building, but the actual transactions or economics or value creation is not happening. Where it is happening is in the ordinal space and art and NFTs and gaming, and like, but still it's like really, really small compared to it's funny, I was talking to the founder, one of the co-founders from Ducat, which is a Bitcoin native stable, well, not a Bitcoin, they're aiming to be something like MakerDAO, to establish and create an ecosystem that will develop a stable coin that's native to Bitcoin. And they were saying that, like, oh, it's great to see like the amount of, that we have liquidity and there are people using it and are interested in what we have to do, but like a few million is nothing in comparison to what like other ecosystems are doing and are able to do. And it really got me thinking, like, that's a real shame, like for Bitcoiners to have like nearly $3 trillion worth of value, um and they're just sitting on it. What is the point? um and it reminds me of zakat, and like a 2.5% tax that Muslims are expected to kind of give. Just connecting all my worlds right now. But if you just took 2.5%, hold on, let me use the calculator real quick. 2.5% of three, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, that's billion, and 1, 2, 3. 2.5% of 3 trillion is like $75 billion. Easily, the Bitcoin ecosystem with just like a portion could um, generate liquidity, invest in projects, and really create the value and bring everybody else to Bitcoin. I might just start a movement, something like the 2.5% movement, or just call the DAO or the fund that we're raising 2.5%, because there's something in that power law or that efficiency ratio that people just need to unlock their wallets a little bit, play around a little bit, enjoy the world a little bit, get the cycles going, get the money flowing, get the liquidity going, and invest in the projects that are going to unlock, invite, and add more and more people to sound money. Because at the end of the day, it's like, okay, sure, you understand what the value of Bitcoin is, right? You took your time, you studied it, you understood it, and now you feel better than everybody, and you're just gonna hold on to it. Fine, but can't remember the name of the guy, but with ego death capital, it's like it's there's something powerful in just putting that aside for a second, looking further beyond collecting or just joining forces with everybody to just get the money moving, get the money flowing, even if it's for a damn charity cause. Now, even charity, you want to be, I think, you want to be, I'm looking for a word here, judicious. You want to be judicious about like charities you give to, right? But when you think of investment and charity in a similar frame, I think it becomes a lot more fun. Now, that could spark up a whole new discussion, but at the end of the day, if you're looking for results in the world and you want your money to go somewhere, whether it's through charity or investment, and have that multiplier effect really impact the rest of the economy and come back to you, um, you need to invest that 2.5% or more or less, but you need to get that money moving. I'm already over the time, but I'm just gonna keep going on the multiplier effect. That was one of the earliest things I learned about in economics. And like, again, there's another concept in Islam about like, if you give, right, it comes back to you 10 times over. And I never really quite understood that. And maybe I still don't. Like, it's obviously mystical, mythical in its own way. Um, it's spiritual in its own way. But the multiplier effect in economics really got to me, because if you have like $1,000 and you spend 1,000 and you spend it on something with somebody, they're gonna they're gonna probably, like, keep 10 for themselves in savings or whatever, spend a 900. The next person that gets a 900 is gonna keep 10 for themselves, spend, well, 100 for themselves, whatever. But the point is that the money will continue to travel and change hands, and any dollar that you spend actually ends up supporting more than one person. It's a simplification of the economic theory or idea, and there's also debate about it in the realm of like trickle down economics and all that. But the core concept, coming back to liquidity cycles and spending, is giving and investing is very important to the growth of an ecosystem. Needs to happen in sound money in Bitcoin to really truly attract the interest and the economy of the world. Thanks for listening to my rambling. We'll see how this plays out. I'll take a look, and maybe we'll do more on camera, on my phone, on my mobile. See ya.